Okay, any student who watching missed the first hour. Okay, you mentioned about Adam.
Yeah, I heard Achan mention about that the Adam is not the first person living on earth, so the earth will be born before the Adam.
A lot of theory go on that Adam is not the first creation. It means that before Adam is our ancestor, our time. They believe that this world have been made several times and was destroyed several times. And we are maybe the seventh or the last generation that God made in this world. That's why God never destroy us. He want to keep us. Why? We believe that if you look at all the history or the record or the scientists, in the past, God never make anything in His own image. This is the first time God make us in His own image. That's why God never destroy us. We're going to live permanently with God because we are part of God. In the past, nothing in God's image. So that's
Yes.
what we believe.
Yes, we understand that on the Genesis and we'll talking about the Noah
Mm.
day is God destroy all the human but only left on Noah's family. And from there God promised that he never destroy again.
Yes, yes. So that's a clue that a lot of theologians believe that in the past, the easy way for God is to clean everything and start all over again. But this time, God did not do that. God still saved Noah.
Okay.
Okay. So let me go back to chapter 5 a little bit. Because I forgot to record chapter 5. So chapter 5 is the descendant of Adam. And we made a few names that we need to talk about. That first is the word mankind. It's the first time that God made mankind in His own image. And we mentioned that Adam doesn't mean a name of a man. Adam means mankind. It means that everything. Because before God made Eve, it's already Adam. So Adam is the combine of the full man in God's image. No man, no woman. It's complete in himself. And one day Jesus said that we're going to be that way again. Complete. No need to get married. No male, no female anymore. And we talk about how old Adam time. We don't know exactly, but we know that it's around less than 10,000 years. Some theologians say that if you add all year of age of people from the Bible, it might be around 6,000 years. But we know that this theory is not correct because in the old day, they count year different from our time. And this is not, the list of the name is not complete. And we know that they just record one name, one child, one heir. They don't record everyone. So when you try to combine the year of each generation, you already miss the point. So how we could know? Well, we just know by what the Bible mentioned. Allow 5,000 to 10,000 years. It might be our modern day man like Adam to us. And here we mentioned a few more names about the grandson of Adam. Seth is the one that born in Adam's image. It's very close, very similar to Adam, and become the heir later on. We mentioned about Cain and Abel, that Cain killed his brother and he lost his position as the heir of Adam. Now Seth take over. And we talk about a few more names. Enoch. The Bible mentioned about him a lot because the Bible mentioned that he walked with God and God take him to heaven alive. The first man in the Bible that never died is Enoch. And the second man is Elijah. The Bible mentioned that God take Elijah alive too. And both of them possibly come back in the end time. In the book of Revelation, the two witnesses come from heaven to witness to the world. They can perform all the miracles. And Satan will come up to fight them and kill them. But in 3 days, they come back to life and go back to heaven. So we believe that Enoch and Elijah, all New Theory believe that Moses and Elijah. And we can talk about that later on when we get to that point. And here we talk about Methuselah, the man who lived the longest one, 969 years, longer than everyone record in the whole Bible. So we mentioned that when God like you, or you are a favorite one, you can either die young or die very old. And the die young because God wants you to go to heaven to have all the happiness instead of suffering in this world. And to die very old because God have a lot of work for you to do in this world for him. So either choice you can choose. I know that you cannot choose. It's God who decide. You die young or you die very old. It depends on God. But you can pray about it. And another man that we mentioned here is Methuselah. Let's see. We already mentioned about Methuselah. And here Lamech is the last one we mentioned because he's the father of Noah. Noah going to be one of the God's favorite one. And the Bible says that because he also obeyed God, walked with God. And we have a question that why did God take away Noah's life, take away Enoch? Well, it's a different reason. God take away Enoch from this world that's sinful to live with God. But God leave Noah here to save the world. So Noah have to be here and to save the world and to be the new, the father of the new generation of people that God live in this world and God destroy the rest. Okay, let's go back to chapter 6 now.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How you mentioned that God decide who he want to take away. He take people people die young, people die old. What about the people who have disease, like what about people who have disease,
You know that God allow us to live in this world for how long? It depends on his decision. And we have all kind of way to die. And it's just the time that God set for us. But we don't know which way we're going to live this world. And for us, in some culture, we say that this is the way to die good or to die bad. But for God, it doesn't matter much. You die, you go to be with God. The most important thing is after you die, where you go. That's more important. But how you die is for Christian is not so important. I know in our old culture, to die well is more important than when you die.
Kind of remind me of he gives and he takes. He gives and he takes away. Like
Yeah, you look at the 12 apostles. If you say that they don't die well, their head were chopped off, they were crucified, they were burned alive. All of them not die well, but for the sake of God and his kingdom. And for us, that's a good way to die. For the goal, for a purpose. So for Christian, it doesn't matter how you die, but why you die. That's more important. You die for God, for his kingdom. That's the best. You die to save other people, it may be the second best.
How about some people they hang themselves, they die. Do they save too?
You know, like Judas, he hanged himself, he died. And that's not a good way. A lot of Christians believe that you should not commit suicide because that is sin. Yes, it's sin. You kill yourself, it's still sin. But now let's face it. God can forgive anything. Any sin that God cannot forgive. The Bible mentioned only one sin. Blasphemy to the Holy Spirit. It means that you don't obey, you don't listen, you don't respond, you don't believe in Jesus. But all the rest, God can forgive you.
So even Judas, the God can forgive him, but he just don't forgive himself, or
Well, I think you get the point. In the early church, they believed that Judas is not saved. But I say that we cannot judge Judas. Only God can judge. Now, if you face it, did Judas feel sorry for his mistake, his sin? Yes, he did. He cried, he take the money back, and he confessed that I make a mistake. Get your money back. He feels so sorry. And when we commit sin, we make mistake, we go to that point too and ask God for forgiveness. You think that Judas did not pray that prayer? But nobody forgive him. The rest of the apostles blame him. So he killed himself. Well, we don't know what happened to him after that, but we know that when he died, he went to the dead city. And you remember that Jesus went there too. And the Bible says that Jesus went there to preach there for 3 days. And anyone who believed him come out with him. Do you think that Judas will come out with him? I believe that a chance.
Absolutely, yes, Ajahn. Is this King David the same situation because he prayed his price, same thing like Judah?
We all do the same thing. We all make mistake and we pray for forgiveness. We all make mistake.
so I think that Judas an all example, right? We make
But
mistake.
don't wait until you did that thing. Do it
Okay.
now.
Good thing Judas died afterward. Jesus go over there waiting for him.
Yeah.
For us, we have to be better.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's go to chapter 6. Now, chapter 6, how man become multiply on all over the world. We have a lot of children. And this is the early time. We believe that not many people die young and not many disease. So it's different from 100 or 200 years ago. More than half of the baby will not survive the first year. Most of the baby die. Very few survive. That's why people need to have a lot of children. But in Noah time or in Adam time, there's still not a lot of disease. So I think everyone who have children, their children survive. Now, the first question in chapter 6 is, the daughter of man and the son of God. This is the first question that a lot of people always ask. And some even believe that son of God means angel. Daughter of man, they mean that regular humankind. Now they say that the angel and man get married. Now, do you believe that theory? Well, some Jewish theologians believe that way, but Christians don't think so. Why? Because we know angels don't have body. Angels just a spiritual form that serving God. They don't have physical body. And angels don't have male or female, meaning that they don't have sex. But how angels do this thing? Well, we know one theory is the angel can possess the body of some man and use that body for their purpose. I believe that you might have seen some spirit possess somebody, and it changed the personality of that person from a woman to be a man, or a man to be a woman, a man to be a tiger or dog. That means the spirit possessed the body and used that body for that purpose. And we believe that this theory might be like a lot of culture believe that the king come from angel, because we know that the spirit possess the body of certain people and make them the leader of the group, of the clan. They have some spirit possess their body, use their body. And that's why the theory come on that they're son of God or son of angel or son of what? Because they have some spirit in them, possess the body. Now, because Christians believe that angels don't have physical body and don't have gender, so they have to use the body of some person. And when they have children, people say that they come from a line of family that have spirit, that have power. In many cultures, like in the Thai, they say that the royal family come from angel, because they might see that the ancestors have some kind of spirit in them, power to do big things. And it comes from all this time that we believe the angel already there. And you know that there are good angel that's still serving God and bad angel that become human enemy. So the bad angel can use the body of man to do all the bad thing for them too. And now they get married, have children, and still do bad thing against the will of God. But I know some of people still believe that real angel come to have relationship with real woman, and they have half of their children become half angel, half man. But we know that in reality, that's impossible. From that to belief, Christian belief, first, angel don't have physical body. Secondly, angel don't have gender. So it's impossible. So here it just means that the one who knows God is the Son of God. The one who don't know God is the Son of Man. And that's all that most Christians believe that way. So it just means that the family of people who know God get married with the family of the one who don't believe in God. And that's a big mess going on. And they do all the bad things. What bad thing mean in the Bible? It just means that they don't obey God. They just do whatever they want to do. And that for God, that is rebellious. They don't obey God. They don't keep what God wants them to keep. And then what God decides. And God said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever. He is in this flesh. Now you remember that when God make man, God give part of him in man. The Hebrew word for breath, for wind, and for the spirit is the same words. So when the Bible says God put the breath of life into man, it means that God put a spirit into man. And the spirit will live forever because it comes from God. It's not like the physical body that can be destroyed. The spirit cannot. It comes from God. And God said that he doesn't want man to live this way in sin. And now here the Bible just mentioned the first time that God want to limit the lives of man to 120 years. Well, today most of us don't live that long. Anyone who lives to 100 already considered very old. 120 is the maximum. I don't know, some people claim that they live longer than that. Well, I don't know, possible, or the way they count year might not correct or something. I met some refugee in America who are 100 years old. I say, how you don't look that old? They say, no. When I come to America, people add 20 or 30 years for me. I say, why? Because they say that I get food stamp, welfare, retirement early, so I don't need to work a lot. So they add 20, 30 years into the record. Well, that might be the case for a lot of people. They say I'm 100 or something, maybe not that old. But the way they put the year of birth is not the correct one. Now, the Bible mentioned about giant. The giant here, it just means that some people who born with big body, big. And it's possible, even today, we have some giant in some culture because of their gene, because of something different from most of us. But some believe that this is real giant, mean that angel, because they are not normal people. Well, in many situations, as I say, that angel can possess some people and can help them in some way by their power that make their body so big, so strong, or so healthy beyond their normal ability. Angel can do that. Now here the Bible says that God decided to do something. The Bible says, I will destroy man. But here different from every time, because in the past God completely destroyed everything and start all over. But this time God said, no, I will not destroy all. I will save some. And the Bible says Noah found grace. Now you see that why this time different from the rest. Well, this time God made man in his own image. So there is some good quality in man. And God decided to save man. He destroyed a lot, but saved some and give them a second chance. And people always argue that should God destroy almost all and save one family to give them a second chance? Why don't give the whole world a second chance? Well, they don't want it. That's the problem. This is something even today. God want to give them a second chance, but they don't want it. And that's a problem. Only some want a second chance. Like today, if you tell people that God will destroy the world, you need to believe in Jesus to be saved. They say no, they don't believe. They don't want it. A lot of them will say that, even today. Now, the question is, why Noah? The Bible just says that Noah also obeyed God, walked with God. Now, it doesn't mean that he perfect. You will study more on from Noah in many more generations will go to Abraham and go to David and many more people that God chose to be his chosen one. They are not perfect. They're just human beings like us. They make mistakes too. But what makes them different? Well, they always come back to God. They accept their mistake and they ask God to forgive them. So this is make them different. They know that they can make mistakes, but they always come back to God. They depend on God. But a lot of people will never accept that they make mistakes and never ask God to forgive them. That's the problem. You will see later on, a lot of people never accept that they make mistakes. They even argue with God or with everyone. But all these giants, Noah, Abraham, David, will accept that I make mistake. forgive me. And that God obey, and I mean God listen, and God forgive. And this is the example for us in the future that God give us a chance. If we will accept our mistake, we ask God for forgiveness and a second chance, we will get it. Here are some of the Bible that we see all the sin or the mistake that men make and never care to correct them. A lot of children born in verse 1. Verse 2, sexual perversion means that they do all the things that God tell them don't do. They do it. And demonic activity means that they do all the things that the bad angel told them to do. It's against the will of God, but they do it. They do all the evil in their heart, all the bad thing, thinking about bad thing all the time. Widespread corruption, violence. You will see that all this, the correction of mistake and sin that men keep doing and don't care what God tell them or ask them to stop. Now, the first here, the Bible clearly say that the Lord was sorry. So what that mean? Grief in his heart. It means that God made mistake? No, the Bible says God never make mistake. So why he's sorry? Sorry doesn't mean that he make mistake for God. But he feels sorry for man that he loved them. He want to give man a chance, but man don't accept it. And now we come to the point that why God know in advance what will happen. Yes, God know. And now why he still make man? Well, the Bible says God want to make man in his own image to share with us all the best thing. Yes, some of us will make mistakes and some of us will come back to God, and God know that. Some will never come back, but some will come back, and that for God is still good. Some will choose God. Like you have so many children, but you want to give them a chance to learn, to make mistake and come back to you, and some who come back to you, you always take them back because they're your children. You love them. And you just hope that the one who don't come back will come back one day. And this is how God make man. He have hope in us. He loves us. He know we're going to make mistake, but he know that a lot of us will come back to him and love him. And this is what God wants. But anyway, amongst all the human beings, God see Noah. He obeyed God the most. When we say that Noah obeyed God, it means that he know what God said yes and what God said no, what is right, what is wrong, and he tried to obey God. And here we tell us about his family. Noah will have 3 sons. He's not a perfect man, but he tried to obey God. Now 3 sons is Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This is going to be the ancestor of all of us today after the flood. The Bible here will mention more about the sin that man made in this world before the flood. And God tried to help us to change, but most men don't care. And the Bible says, God said, I will destroy them. And this is a strong word. But not all this time. God still have hope for them. Now, the Bible and people are debating why God don't give all the people the chance. In fact, the Bible will tell us that God will give them 120 years. God tell Noah, and before the flood comes, it's 120 years. And Noah will build a boat on the hill, on the mountain, 120 years. And the whole world can see Noah, what he's doing. But They just laugh at him. And people always say, why? Noah tell them that rain will come, flood will come, but they never seen one in their whole life. How can that be? You see that in the old day, water will come up from the ground to water all the plant. And some people believe that there's no rain by Noah time yet, no rain yet, because they don't need rain. God water all the plant by itself. No rain, no flood. They never seen one. So be the reason that they don't believe what Noah doing. What did? Now you see that 120 years, maybe a lot of people come to look at them, and maybe Noah hired some of them to help because it's a big boat on the mountain. So it's not something that people come to look for from generation to generation. Now, we estimate that the ark is about 30-story building high, 450 feet by 150 feet a meter, 150 meters. I don't know, you ever go on a cruise, a big boat, big ship, that thousands of people can live there with thousands of rooms. I went on a cruise one time that there are 3,000 passengers in that boat, plus 1,000 something staff. So the whole boat have almost 5,000 people. Do you believe that the big building floating in the ocean, 5,000 people? And it's like 10 or 15-story building floating in the ocean. But here, Noah boat is even bigger, 30-story. It's so big, so high. It takes him more than 120 years to build it. It's just for 8 people, plus a lot of animals. And it's not support people. If you see the boat, they run. The purpose is not for the boat to run, it's just to float for a time until the flood come down. Everyone just stay put. And now we estimate that it should be allowed 35,000 pair of animals that fit in. And people say, why don't the animals have problem how they Noah feed all of them? Well, the answer is God put them to sleep. Like the hibernation today, that most animals stop eating in winter for 3 months, they sleep. And people believe that they learned it from Noah time. They sleep in those times. They don't eat. They hibernate in that cage all the time that God put them to sleep. So Noah don't need to worry to feed all of them all the time and to clean up the cage all the time. No, they sleep. And that is the easy way that God put all the animals to sleep. And even today, you see that a lot of animals still go to sleep in winter time for 3 months, 6 months. Stop eating and sleep only. And this is what happened in Noah's time. And some estimate that they have more than we can imagine, because this is just regular animal. But for the queen animal, like all the queen bird and queen sheep that can be food, it's a lot more. God says 7 pair of them, of all the queen animal that they need to take with them. And don't worry, they don't fight, they don't eat, they don't cause problem, because God take them there and to save them. So they behave. And throughout history, people try to find the Ark of Noah. And it's always have study going on that people found some part of it. And even today, they still say that they found a piece of the wood that from Noah's Ark on the mountain in Turkey, that the mountain that called Ararat, that, well, here is some of the study that say that people who try to go there to look for the Noah Ark, and they found a certain piece of it or a part of it. We don't need all the proof because the Bible already tells us what's going on. And God tell Noah that the flood will come. You just finish building the boat, and all the animals will come when time comes. God will call them, and they will come by themselves. And this is good. Noah don't need to worry that we're going to find the tiger, the lion, the bear, and all the animals. They come by themselves in pair. So that's a good thing. When time comes, they just walk to Noah, walk into the boat and get into the cage and sleep. Well, we just hope that we can see that picture today. That how the animal come from all over the world to Noah's Ark by the order of God. It's almost like impossible thing, but it happened in Noah's time. And Noah just did what God told him to do. He don't understand, he don't know, but he just obey. And this is the secret of Noah and Abraham and many other people that God said they are good people. Why? They just obey God. They just did what God told them to do. Even they don't understand, they don't know. They just obey, they just did. Our problem today, we always say, I need to understand. I need to know why before I believe, before I do anything for God. But if we understand, if we know everything, we don't need to believe. To believe is mean that you don't see it, you don't know it. You just obey, that means believe, according to the Bible. And our problem today is we don't believe because we want proof. We want to see, we want to hear, we want to touch. And if you see, you hear, you touch, you don't need to believe. It's already there. But all these people don't see, don't hear, don't touch, don't know, don't understand, but they obey. This is we call belief. Let me stop here in chapter 6 and come back for your reflection and question. Now, you learn the secret of Noah.
Yes.
Can you copy him?
I have a question though.
Yes.
So on the chapter 6, verse 20, we talking about all the animal coming a pair to the Noah.
Yes.
How come they only come in pair, like not coming all of them?
You see that God just select them and order them to come. You know that we always say that men have freedom to choose, but animals don't have freedom. They just obey the instinct. Mean that something God put in their head, in their heart. They don't know, they don't understand. They just obey the thing that in their head, in their heart. You see that the animal don't need to learn. They just know what to do. And we believe that that's the way God command all the animal. Put the instinct in them. You ever seen any animal learn how to be a mom? They don't need to. Time come, they do it because God already put the program. And we believe that way God's a couple and told them to come. And they just keep walking, swimming, flying to Noah. And you ever ask them how you find a way to get there? They just follow the instinct. Like you see the duck, every year the duck go to the north or go to the south. They just come from everywhere and they go together, a big herd. I believe that you hunt the duck before or the animal before. Thousands and thousands of them just go together. Who tell them to come? How they find a way to go there? They have GPS. They have in their head, in their heart. God put in there. But for Earth, we don't know. Yes, Nathan?
I have two questions. So why God chose 7 pairs of clean animals? And second one is God must be with Noah to build that huge boat.
Yeah, you get the point. How can they have all the technology to build something so big, so giant with that simple technology they have? It's like you ask the Egyptian how you build a pyramid. They cannot tell you. It's just something that happened. And we today, we still don't understand how they do it. And that's the same thing. The technology comes from heaven. God just make them do something impossible that they don't know, they don't understand. Well, I don't know, answer your question. Yeah, today we found a lot more old civilization, and we don't understand how they build that city, how they do all the things that beyond their time.
7 days each breath.
Ajahn,
Yeah.
my first question, why God chose only 7 pairs of clean animals?
Well, because Noah need to eat the clean animal later on. If they have one pair, how Noah going to eat them? They're gone. So God saved 7 pairs, so Noah eats, multiply some. But for other animal, Noah don't eat them. So now, yes.
I thought that Noah chose those 7 pairs of clean animals to sacrifice to God.
Yes, they sacrifice to God too, and they have to eat them too for their food.
อาจารย์ the Noah's family do plantation inside the Noah Ark.
Do what?
They do like plant vegetable, rice plantation.
I believe that they eat animal, clean animal they can eat.
So that means the Noah Ark that we went there visit, and then there is a liar. That is fake. But I see that they do have some kind the plant, the green onion or something, the vegetable, something.
You get a good point. Officially, God do not allow man to eat animal yet. But after the flood, after they leave the boat, God allowed Noah and his children to eat animal. But before that, not officially.
Maybe
approval.
they are hiding to eat or something like that.
I believe some people already eat it, but God did not approve it.
When the food is not enough, and then they hiding and to kill the animal.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that on the chapter 3 today the Bible talking about God allow that to eat the animal?
No, but people sacrifice animals, start sacrifice animal. So I believe that somebody start eating, but officially will be after the flood. It's like sometimes we do something before it approved or officially approved.
On the another question on that chapter 6 verse 21 is talking about you all take every kind of food that is to be eaten and stored is always as food for you and for them. So that means not only for Noah, is for the animal too, did it?
Yeah, some animal don't sleep, but most of them going to sleep. Why? Later on, you will see that because Noah need to use some animal for sacrifice and to send them out to survey the world, so they cannot sleep. So they awake. any animal that awake need to eat.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yes.
On page 4, it say that Noah found grace in the eyes of God. And then it also say that who find grace in the eye of the Lord. But then it also say that Noah did not earn grace, he found grace. So we as a Christian, how do we find grace? Since grace is not something that we can earn, but it's something that we can find. So we as a Christian, how do we show grace to non-believer?
Okay, I will answer your question indirectly by the story way. The Bible compares us like, we are the beggar on the street, and the rich man come and give money to all of us. Some, the rich man give $10, some maybe give $1, some give $100. Can all the beggar complain? Why did guy get 100? I get $1. The Bible says we cannot complain. We not deserve it. It's not our money. We don't earn it. The rich man just generous and give some $1, 110, and one 100. You ask the rich man why. We don't have the right to ask. We just beg for mercy. And the Bible compares Christians that way. We beg for God's mercy, and God give us mercy enough. But some have a lot, some have enough, but everyone get enough. If you ask me why God answered Moses that I mercy on anyone who I have mercy, I favor anyone who I favor. We just beg and God give. We just ask and we get it. Well, we need to learn the secret from David, Abraham, why they get a lot. You know the secret?
No, but as a Christian, how do we show grace? Like, or how do we earn grace? Since grace is not earned, then how do we, like?
We don't earn, but we ask for it.
Okay, so we ask for it.
Yeah.
So like, as a Christian, and there's non-believer right there, then how do we show God grace?
I think just love them.
Just love them?
Yeah, that's it. The grace of God is love.
Because as a Christian, I keep hearing that we as a Christian, we should show grace to non-believer, you know? So
Yeah, some people might mean that you just help them, you just give them money, you just listen to them, but it sum up is just love them. But when I say love, I don't just mean you feel love, but you show your love to them. Yeah, the Tao is the best love that we can show is by action, doing something. Okay, anything else before we go to chapter 7?
I do.
Welcome.
Okay, where's the part they talk about giant and earth, right? So when I was reading this, David and Goliath pop in my head. So it's like, oh, maybe that's what happened. We have Goliath because of, you know how the angel possessed the human body and then, make them do, so.
Yeah, I believe, I don't know, you have ever seen in our country that when spirit possess some person, it change their personality completely in front of you. Maybe you growing up in a different generation, you don't see those. Any one of you witnessed all those things?
There's scary movie that they show
Oh, a
like
movie,
that.
not a real thing, huh?
Oh, not the real thing, but scary movie.
I saw
Yeah.
that 2 times already, Ajahn, in my
Mm.
lifetime. Yeah. The
Mm.
doctors send that sick lady home after, go after the house, and then that sick person fell down and didn't know nothing. Said, who you are? Who you guys come? A lot of, people. What's wrong? Do we have a party here or something? She didn't know nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the time sentence get into the, her, wow, it's so aggressive, so,
Mm-hmm.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. When I was a young boy in Thailand, I have seen, witnessed all those things too. Very scary.
Demon possessed.
Yeah. Anna?
I've been looking on Ajahn, you've been right down here on the chapter 6, verse 2, and you talking about sexual perversion, and then a second one, demonic activity. What does that mean? Can you explain that?
Demonic activity means like the process of the spirit and make people do all the bad thing. They
Okay.
worship demon, bad spirit.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
On the first page, it says, the Son of Man saw the daughters of men. Many have believed that the Son of Man were those in the line of Seth, and the daughter of men were found in the line of Cain, as it described as intermarried between godly and ungodly. I'm thinking, so if an angel possessed that person, so like when they have kid, can they pass? I know you mentioned earlier that they might not pass down their power, or is there like possibility in the DNA that they could pass some of their power or their spirits? Because like in the world today, people could see the dead, and people, like they could predict the future, you could say, or people that could heal people. So I'm just thinking maybe they pass their DNA. I don't know.
Well, the Bible tells us that sometimes when the angel possess someone, it's not just one spirit, but like one situation, Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" They say that my name is Legion, mean that more than 100 spirit is in me. So it means that the whole legion, the whole army of angels possess that body.
Mhm.
So they can send a few to another person. They still have a lot. It's serious. So some people have a lot of power because they have the whole army of spirit in them. Okay, let's go to chapter, I don't know, 7 or 8.
I think 7.
Okay, let's see, 7. Okay, chapter 7. Now you see that Noah built the ark, but God put him in there. It means that complete until God put Noah in, and God is the one who shut the boat, shut the ark. Mean that it's not Noah who shut it, but God did that. Now, it's a good question why God have to be the one who shut it. Now, when the flood comes, a lot of people will try to climb the mountain and say, Noah, take us. But too late. God already closed down the boat. It's God who do that, not Noah. Believe me, Noah want to save his friend, his cousin, his family, or his people who help him or know him. A lot will come to beg for Noah now. But he cannot open it because it's God who shut it. Noah cannot open. Now, what we learn from here? Jesus said that when I open the door, nobody can close it. But when I close it, nobody can open it. It's God who decides, not us. So Jesus just tells us that do it when we have time, we have a chance. When time up, we cannot help anyone anymore. It's too late. It's God who decides, it's not us. So this is something that we have seen here by the grace of God. And God see that Noah is the one who obey him. The Bible used the word righteous, mean Noah is the one who obey God. Even he don't understand, even he don't know, but it doesn't matter, just obey. And God tell him what kind of animal going to take, and an animal will come by itself into the boat. And as I say that Noah don't need to worry, he just do his job. When time comes, everything will be fulfilled. So this is some good example for us. Sometimes we worry too much. When God told us to do something, we worry that people will support us, people will help us. Do we have enough? Well, you just obey God, do what God tells you to do. When time comes, everything will come into its own place. People will come, help will be there, and all the resources will be there, available. It's not you who do it, but God ordered you. You just obey God, and that's it. God provides everything. And that is the way God used Noah and God to use us too. And the Bible says that it never rained before, never get flood in the world before, but it's always happens the first time. And people don't believe it because they never seen it. So they think that it's impossible. Now we need to change our thinking that anything possible. Anything happen first time. And when God say that, it will happen. We just need to obey God and don't doubt. Even we don't understand, things will happen. And when it happens, it might be too late. And here's some studies saying that in 200 cultures all over the world, people know about the story of the flood. And you ask them from all the world, how could you know about this story? Well, they learn from their ancestors. They take it with them. Wherever they go, they still tell this story about the flood. They talk about the similar thing, about animal, about a big boat, and the flood that killed almost everyone. All over the world, not just in Jewish culture, but everywhere. They talk about the flood, the big flood. And how they know it? Well, the ancestors tell them they survived the flood in the Noah time. And the Bible says that anything that breathes through the nose die. Don't worry about the fish not die. They can survive. But all the land animal, all the bird that fly, they die. Now the flood lasts 150 days. It stayed there for 5 months. So I don't think anyone can swim or survive that long. Even they say I'm the swimmer or anything that can swim for a while, but 5 months is a long time. And after that, God will send the wind and the water will recede, will go down, and the right land will appear. And this is the way that God used it. And I just want to emphasize that God gave those people 150 years to repent, to believe, to obey, and to come with Noah. And don't say that God don't care. God care. 120 years is a long time. Noah built the boat on top of the mountain.
What
I think they
happened?
can't signal.
I can no speak no more.
No, the signal, maybe. Yeah, the signal. John signal cut out.
Everyone disappeared, huh?
Yeah, I lost my connection, so
Oh, okay.
everyone disappear.
I think they tried to lock in.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess we wait.
About the flood for 5 months. And why is that long? Well, I don't know why it take that long. Somebody say that it just flood for a few days, most people already dead. But why? Today there's so many questions about the flood. Some people talking about it's just part of the world or the whole world.
Why did he also destroy other creature besides human? You know, other creature, do you think other creatures sin too? Besides
Well,
human?
that's a good question. Since animals don't have freedom to choose, why they have to pay the price?
Mhm.
The answer go back to when God make our animal, God put man to be the boss, in control of our animal. Mean that when we make mistake, the animal suffer too, because we are the lost all over the universe or the world. We take care of them. When we did not do a good job, everyone suffer with us. It's like you are the head of the family. When you fail, your whole family suffer with you. Like it or not, it's the same thing. It's like all the children blame the dad that you did not take good care of us. You deserted us. Or to the mom, you run away with someone and left us. One day the children might say that. And if the animal can say that, they might say that we human beings have no responsibility. They suffer because of us.
And on chapter 7, 1-2, how did Noah know which animal is clean, which animal is not clean? Did God tell him that, or did he just go, hey, I pick you because you are clean, you know?
That is a good question. The Jewish people will know for sure which is clean or not clean in the time of Moses, because God told Moses to write down clearly which is clean, which is not clean. And the way to know is the clean animal need to chew cud, mean that they need to chew when they eat. And then their feet have to be divided, not finger. The animal need to have two quality to be clean. If you chew your feet or your food, but your feet have finger, you're not clean. Or if your feet have divided, but you don't chew, you're not clean. You need to have both. So, for example, the pig have a divided feet, but they don't chew. The cow is clean because the cow chew the food and they feed it divided, not finger. And for the bird don't have this quality, but God tell Moses clearly, the bird that eat clean food and the bird that eat dead food, dead animal or dead thing is not clean. And for the fish in the ocean, the clean fish have to have scale. The fish that don't have scale is not clean. But now time of Noah, how could he know? Only God can tell him. Or God sent to him.
So catfish is clean, right? It doesn't have any skill.
According to Moses, no, because it's no scale.
Catfish doesn't have skill, so like, okay.
And you know what catfish is? It's the
Dead stuff in the ocean or the lakes?
Yeah, catfish is the fish they call bottom feeder. They eat all the dead thing.
Does that like every fish in the ocean or river eat dead fish, like dead stuff? So that's not clean too, but we still eat it.
Well, today we can eat anything because Jesus said that now God allow us to eat anything. We pray, we thank God, and we eat. But in the past, I think that God told Moses to protect the people because if the animal is not clean, they might have disease and people won't have no way to protect themselves. So they get sick and die. But today we have all the medicine and we know how to cook it, make it clean. And God said, eat anything, just thank God and eat. Yeah, let's go back to the time of Noah. How could he know what is clean and not clean? Well, only God can tell him. And when he see them that they come, which animal come in pair, he can know it's not clean. That any animal come at a team of seven pair, he know it's clean. God give him a clue. The animal come by themselves. Noah did not collect them.
The Bible wasn't talking about animal can talk back there.
That's a good point. You know that sometime in the early time we believe animal can talk with man. We believe that way. But maybe after sin we lost the communication. After sin. And one day in the Garden of Eden, in the book of Revelation, animal and man can communicate again. I don't mean that we're going to talk dog language or something. But I think animal will know how to communicate with human again.
I can see some animal really smart. We can teach them to do the trick.
Okay, any more questions for this chapter 7? Oh, before I forget, next week we're going to have a break because I'm going to visit all students who have a church in Las Vegas. I'm going to preach there maybe 3 times in his church. People say, oh, I go to Super Bowl. You know, the Super Bowl in Las Vegas this year. I don't even know there's Super Bowl there. I just found out. It become this week that I'm going there to preach and they're going to have Super Bowl. I'll tell you the truth. I never watched Super Bowl in my whole life.
They
อาจารย์
boring.
we don't think that on you
Never watched a game of football in my life. Do you believe me? I never watched a game of football. I might see it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but never watched a full game in my whole life. I have no idea what is football or Super Bowl is. Because it's on Sunday, and I preach every Sunday.
อาจารย์ never care about the sport
Well, I prayed some when I young, but I'm not crazy about them. And on Sunday, forget it. Sunday is for me at church.
so since อาจารย์ talking about the Super Bowls and I have a question why they always use that a Sunday for the big game like that every year every time for the final for only Sunday
Well, you need to ask them why. I don't know. But if you look at the Romans spend all their weekend in Colosseum with all sport. They spend all their time in Colosseum. They enjoy sport. When the enemy come to their door to break their wall, they still in Colosseum watching sport.
I have a question. Why did
Yes.
God establish a covenant with Nova? Or why did Nova establish or covenant or God establish a covenant with God or Nova?
Well, right now, Noah represent the whole humankind, the new survival that going to, all of us are children of Noah now. The
Uh-huh.
covenant between Noah is between us too. And later on, we're going to talk more about the covenant. When God say covenant, mean that God by himself to a promise. It's not about us, it's just about God. One side promise. And God will keep it. Even we don't care or we don't know or we don't keep, God still keep his covenant.
John, we talk about Super Bowl. I never watched too. I never understand anyway. You said church is, well, more important. But I think a lot of they play every year on Sunday. I think because they know that most of people are home on Sunday, and that's the only way I can think of. And we Christian, I know a lot of people that always rush home to watch it. They put Super Bowl first. I don't know if they're betting what, I don't know, but to me, I don't think they should skip church and just to watch Super Bowl. What is it good for you? What?
Well, I have nothing against sport. I know a lot of people love sport, but yes, I agree with you. God have to come first.
And when we talk about Noah, when God said bring 7 pair of animal into the boat, it's just my guess, okay? I'm guessing maybe because he created heaven and earth, Adam and Eve, it takes him 6 days, 7 days, he said rest. So maybe I'm thinking maybe that's why he said 7 pair. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Well, for the Jewish Old Testament, 7 is the number of God, perfect number. It's like number 6 is for Satan, number 5 for man.
How about number 40?
40 is a good number too, because Moses walked the Israelites in the wilderness 40 years. Jesus fast for 40 days. Elijah walked for 40 days. 40 is not another good number, but suffering number for the Jew.
good to know
Yeah, the Bible have a lot of number, and you might be surprised it repeat itself for a reason. Okay. I'm going to give you a break soon, but next week we take a break and we come back in 2 weeks. I will send you more the note. I will send you Genesis until chapter 20. So you can read in advance. We will go very fast. And for the second class, after a break, we will come back and I will send you the note in advance too. Do you have any last question before we take a break of this class? Okay, just to remind you, you need to finish the legislation. And if you need help with anything, let me know.
Need a material of studying
On
the discipleship class.
You check your email?
Not this week, not last week.
Because your name in the list and you're supposed to get everything.
Okay, we'll look at again.
It's in the attachment.
Okay.
So you need to check your attachment unless your email might send it to spam. Check your spam too.
Okay.
Let me know, Chris, if Brother Chris, if you don't receive it, just let me know now. I'll forward the one that Ajahn Swang send me.
Yeah, because some email, when they see attachment, they send it to spam right away. So sometimes you need to get it from spam.
The problem is we got too many email. Don't have time to check everything.
You know that I go to check my wife email and I'm in shock. She have 10,000 email that she never checked. 10,000. Every day
all
she
my
got
email. I don't have time to work.
Yeah, every day she gets several hundred and she never opened them. So it accumulated to more than 10,000 email never opened. Unbelievable.
How do we eliminate them? The one that we don't want.
Unsubscribe or put it as
Even
spam.
even unsubscribe, they still keep coming back.
So I think that if you mark it as spam, your email will screen it for you now.
Mark it as spam instead.
Yeah, and your email account will take it away from you. Okay, if you have no question, we will continue on chapter 3 today. Now, chapter 3, we'll talk about how to bring spiritual power into your personal relationship. As a Christian, all our relationship need to depend on God and the Holy Spirit. And we believe that that will help make it healthy because you put God first. Somebody say that, well, is God have to be in every relationship that you have? The answer is yes. If you want God to help you, protect you, guide you, you need to put God there. Somebody say that if they are not Christian, well, even they're not Christian, but you are Christian, you still have to put God in your project, in your plan, and everything. And they think that if God in there is going to help or be problem with non-Christian. How you think? Well, our goal as a Christian is to share with them the love of God and to let God help them too. And for you, you need to put God first. Somebody might say that, well, this is business or politics. God should not be here. Well, that's for them, but not for you. you are as a believer, you know that God is important and God is everything for you. So you need to let them know that for you, God first and God is important. Well, you're not trying to convince them to change what they believe. You're just there to share with them how God helped you. And you want to be the good friend. They are Christian or not, that's another thing. But you want to give them the best. But God have to be first for you. And your friend will see that if you care for God so much, they will try to know why God is so important for you. Now, the second advice is always have Jesus in part of your relationship in business, in friendship, and in any other relationship that you have with anyone. Well, how you do it? Well, you don't need to preach to them about Jesus directly, but you show them how Jesus will help them, or the love of Jesus that get through you to them. And that is the best way to preach to them. It's just by show them love, show them that you care, and show them that because God loved you and you want to love them too. And that is a good way. And now, the third advice is, you cannot tell people that you are Christian or Jesus follower by don't do what Jesus teach you. Now, a lot of people say that you are Jesus follower just by your mouth, but not by your life or by your action. Now, this is a very strong way to say that. When people say that you don't live a Christian life, what you feel? It means that what you preach and what you do is not the same thing. So now we need to come back and reflect on ourselves. Do I live the life that I preach or not? People see Jesus in me or not? Or what I preach and what I live, not the same thing. People can tell right away. And they say that the beginning of good relationship is start with people who care for one another and respect one another. And you can see that if as a Christian, you can go back to Genesis chapter 1, when God made humankind. God start with friendship, relationship with them, but man fell. You see that the relationship that God have with the first couple is built on trust and obey. But man fell. Man did not obey God, did not trust God. And now what we learn from that failed relationship. The picture here is, if we want to have a good relationship with anyone besides God in this world or humankind, we need to base our relationship on trust, sincerity. If we cannot trust them or they cannot trust us, it's done. It's no relationship. If we doubt them, we suspect them, now how can we build a good relationship with that person? Impossible. Now, if you know they are a bad guy, can you trust them? Can you be their friend? Well, if you want to help them, you have to start somewhere. You know that as a pastor, people come to tell me all the time that you cannot trust this person. You cannot really believe what he says. People tell me about the background of one person, that person. I say, thank you. I believe you, but I also believe that God can change people. God can make someone who untrustable to be a good person too. So this is the hope that why we build relationship with everyone, because we hope that God can help them too. We can share God with them. And if you go back to the book of Genesis that we studied, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, you will see the big picture is God wants people to have good relationship with him. Now, why it have to go back to God? Well, if we have good relationship with God, we can build relationship with anyone too. But if we don't have good relationship with God, now as a Christian, it's difficult for us to build a good relationship with anyone too. Because God is the source of everything. If we fail with God, we will fail with everyone too. So this just reminds us that man fell in the Garden of Eden, and we can fail again if we leave God out of our life and we don't allow God to be part of our relationship with anyone. Now here we will have more information. They talk about the cycle of relationship. They talk about different kind of relationship. The superficiality, it means that it don't really have any real relationship. Like you have some friend who know one another for many, many years. And you think that you have some relationship with that friend, but in fact, you don't have anything. You just meet, say hello, and that's it. You don't really know that person deep enough, and that person don't know you. You don't trust that person, and that person don't trust you. And mean that it look like after 10, 20 years of friendship or relationship, you have something with that person, but in fact, no, not deep enough. And we have a lot of this kind of friendship or relationship with our co-worker and even at church. And that is sad. We need to go deeper than that. So they say the second thing is start learning. Learning, it like you get more information about the person, about what we can do. Learn more about the person and how we can make friendship go deeper. Get information. Well, no liability for this word just mean about what? A lot of time we don't want to get hurt. And we don't want to hurt anyone. So what that mean? It means that we don't want to know too much. And we don't want anyone to know about us too much. Why? Because we are afraid of hurt. We are afraid of disappointed. So better don't know, or better don't have relationship. We don't want to invest. We don't want to get hurt. It's like you don't want anyone because you are afraid to fail. They say that if you want to start good relationship with your friend or connect with someone, you have to be ready to get hurt. It's part of friendship. Now, I don't know you believe in the saying that it's better and don't know how to love. How do you think about that? It means that love is hurt. When you love someone, it will hurt because they will hurt you, or you will feel sorry sometimes, but it's still worth it to love. So this is how Christians need to know this thing too. God loves us. You think God get hurt? Yes, all the time. And why he loves us? It's worth it. And we need to learn from God that we need to love, even sometimes we get hurt. It's still worth it. Because God wants us to share His love. And the price of love is hurt. And it's worth it. Now, some people don't want any relationship or don't want to build, don't want to invest because they're afraid of rejection. You don't want to hurt, no. And you don't want to feel sorry because they don't want friendship. They don't want anything to do with you. It can be any kind of relationship between friend, family, co-worker, your team. Rejection can happen all the time. But the teacher that don't afraid of rejection is part of it. Nobody going to say yes all the time. And somebody reject us because they're afraid to. Sometimes we need to give people time to think. And sometimes we need to give enough time for people to trust us. But it never be too early to start good relationship. We need to start somewhere. Now, acceptance. It's possible if you try to start relationship with some friend or teammate or worker, the chance that they will accept because they want to be friend with you, but wait for you to start. Or because you never show them that you want to have a relationship, you never say yes for their invitation or anything. So sometimes you have to start with something. Accept their invitation, accept their friendship, or you will get back from them too. Now they talk about self-disclosure. It means that friendship, you need to sometimes share your deep secret, mean that what you feel and what you think. If you cannot share what you feel, what you think with your close friend, so that is not real friend. And now they always say that women can make a better job because women have a lot of good friends, a lot of connection. Why most men don't have? Why? Because most men dare not to share their secret of what they feel. Don't tell anything. Don't share anything. Why? Because a lot of men are afraid of rejection or shame, or people feel that you are weak. But this is the whole point of friendship. You need to feel that you can trust that friend. You can feel comfortable with that friend to share your feeling, what you feel. If you cannot share with anything with your friend, how you feel, how you think, how you get hurt, maybe you still never get a very close friend or good friend. Now they want to tell us that we are made in God's image. So it means that we have a lot of good quality in us and all humankind too. But a lot of time we overlook that good quality in each one of us. It's like what they say that we all have both sides of good and bad. But in order to make a good friend, you need to look on the good side most of the time. You don't look on the weak side of the person or the bad side of the person. We all have bad side too. but friendship start on the good side. Now, another one, the advisor, agape love. When the Greek use the word agape, it means that the highest love is the love of God, is the one-side love. You see that we human beings have love that need to give back and forth. I love you, you have to love me back. If I love you, you don't love me back, it's done. But agape love different. I love you no matter what. This is agape love. So the friendship to start with agape love will last forever because you don't depend on another side. It depends on you, that love, that care. So they bring us to the point that if we want to keep a good relationship, sometimes we get hurt, sometimes we don't get what we feel, you still love them. You still hope the best for them. And they say that in order to feel comfortable with your friend, it's a both way, mean that your friend share with you, you share with them, and both of you understand one another. I know for men it's difficult in order to share your feeling, but in order to have good friend or close friend, we learn how to open up and how to feel that we can trust that person. And that person trusts us. So we can discuss more why it's so difficult to build close relationship with other people. Okay, so far we have discussed some important thing how to build relationship. I mean that it can mean old one to make it better, or the new one that we want to start. To build on understanding, and to build on trust, and to build on the love of God, and put God in the center of every relationship that we could have with Christian or non-Christian. Honor God and let God be part of that relationship. Okay, I will stop here a little bit for your reflection and question. So I did not go in detail with everything, but hope that you read some of the note before and feel that we can use something to build relationship with our team or with someone at church that you want to work with, or evaluate your relationship that you already have. That's why it never go deep, or it never work, or there's some problem in there. Yes, Nathan.
John, you are right. I've been noticed that it's really hard for men to have good deep relationship with a brother in Christ.
And you find out why?
Shallow relationship.
Now let women share why women can make better, more deeper relationship with their friend.
Because we women, we are more emotional when we tell our story, and we just show more emotion than the guy, you know, like.
Women that like to talk.
Not all women like to talk. That is not true.
I met some men who talk more than women.
Oh, really?
but still don't have a lot of friends. Why?
Depend on what you're talking about, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of guys talk nonsense. So which one you want to be? Never talk or talk a lot, but nonsense.
Talkative,
Never talk.
never talk better. Talk a lot nonsense is no friend, right?
Hmm.
But it is also hard for people to share too, because sometimes when you share like deep secret to them, sometimes they gossip, like they would go and gossip to other people and they would hear back from other people. So in a way that kind of prevent people from wanting to talk or wanting to share. So
Yeah, you're right. So sometimes you need to trust that person.
yeah, like you say that trust is a really big thing, so yeah.
But as you say that, sometimes we need to take a chance, because if you worry too much, you don't have friends.
Sometimes you take a chance, it didn't work out, you still have no friends.
But at least you try. You want to try or do nothing at all?
Actually, Ajahn, for me, I can be with anyone want to be with, to be friend with me. But I have a close friend, and then we know many years. And we go ride bike together. We do a lot of things, like recalling, like sharing about scriptures and stuff. But one day, he talking about to be holy and get into the heaven. And I told him, if for all human, we never can be holy. And if talking about holy to go into heaven, then we all no chance, right? And somehow, I don't know, he just get mad on me, and then he never called me. I call him, he never pick up the phone. So I don't know what happened to him. So
I found out that sometimes misunderstanding, because men don't talk a lot. Sometimes they guess and guess wrong. And sometimes we need to act straightforward, that did I hurt you or did something happen? If they care enough about friendship, they will tell you.
yeah, and after that, and I call him, but he wasn't pick up the phone. And one day I show up his house, and I talked to him a little bit, and I thought, I clear everything, but he still don't call me. So it's kind of difficult. Some people we cannot get along with. So I never know. I thought he's a really good friend, and we understand each other. But it's just one day, and then we talking about, the sharing about the scripture and talking about the heaven, and somehow he just get mad. So
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I met some cousin who don't talk to one another because of different belief. And sometimes I told them, you can overlook some of the differences, because the problem happened in the early church too. And Paul reminded the church that we have more important things than minor problem of disagreement. So we need to learn to look for a bigger goal, bigger objection, or bigger calling that God calls us to do, even with difference in thinking, in idea, in belief, but we still have the same goal. I
So,
know.
so the person, his background is that a friend of mine. So his background is come from as a Mormon, and he
Oh,
don't believe Jesus is God. So he
oh,
believe God is God, one God. So that's what he believed. So that's why we started. Then and then he get mad on me. So
oh.
yeah.
Well, this understandable. If he don't believe Jesus is God, now we have big problem.
I think maybe on his your friend's goal, maybe he tried to convert to you. Convert you, and he found out that your faith is pretty strong enough, is he just gave up, I think.
Well, his backgrounds come from Mormon, but right now he's still in Christian church. You know, that's the thing. And he always talking about that you know about a Christian, compare Christian and Mormon thing. So you know, he still compare about that. So I think he, you know, when the backgrounds coming beginning, and then he cannot leave all the thing what he learned. That's might be.
That is it. That is temptation, Gao. Mine is when I believe in Jesus, because my family, they call me out from the you know, the relationship about the cousin, whatever. They don't count me in that relationship. That's the only way I had. That is very painful. Yeah. So my whole society, sometimes they don't invite me. They don't. They do have something like, you know, festival. They call me out and they said, "This is not my family." So
Because we are the Christians.
yeah.
That's okay. Oh, that's all.
But I still keep calling them sometime, talking about the Jesus, about Savior. Yeah, they don't want to listen to it, but still, I don't mind. No matter they call me out, I still call them. That's my family.
Uncle Warren.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes even you try your best, you still cannot keep the relationship. So that part of it. So at least you try.
Yeah.
But some days, good days, I give him call again. Maybe I just ask him, okay, let's go biking.
Yeah.
A lot of you might love hunting or fishing. That might work.
I think only thing he do right now only biking. So like, you know, he been quit for hunt and fish, and I invite him couple times, but he not interested. Probably the biking is the best on his life right now. So
What if we can say that it's better to invest the time with somebody that want to share?
I know that it depends if Carl feel that friendship worth saving.
True, but then if he is not responding, we have limited time of doing things. We either try to use that time to somebody, other people that who in need of friendship.
You know that I know some guy who have just one friend his whole life. It's not a joke. I found out it's the truth. Some guy just have one friend.
For me, I can tell I don't have like a one friends really close and talking a lot of all the time, so I don't have anyone. But I have a lot friend. They talk little bit, and we're not real close, so I have a lot.
I
But
think that's normal. That's what make man. We are not really. I think I'm kind of like that too. I don't really have friends. I don't think it's just acquaintance. I don't have I don't know.
And we need to change that.
Need to check that.
Yeah.
I spend too much time working and been sometimes it's heartbreaking because I spend too much time working and building my family, but nevertheless it still fails. So it's kind of feel hurt either way and learn to figure it out other way.
Yeah.
In Memphis, I've been here for 10 years. I hardly have friends because I'm working, and I thought that my family and my family member over here is my friends. That's how I associate myself. But when things belly up, everybody turned their back on me. So turned out that they're not my friend, they're not my family at all. So I have to start all over again. You know, I don't think it's I know that we try to be somebody friends or family, but if they reject us, it's better to try to turn around and invest the time with somebody that need that kind of friendship or that kind of family or because if you know that you have something good in you, right? If you know that you have something good in you, then I would say somebody else can use that goodness. Somebody that might be appreciate that goodness that we have and good intention that we have. So it won't feel like in vain.
Now, let me put a question for all of you.
Okay.
Some people say that you get a good friend by accident. Is that true?
What do you mean by accident?
It means that you do not think it just happened. Some of you lucky. Or you believe that a good friend is the investment that you build up with many, many years and sacrifice.
It's hard to say,
Or both.
I never had those kind of friends, John. Pure for from the beginning, like be along in a relationship. I think I have by now it's Jesus, and now all my other fellow Christian friends.
How it's hard to say. I mean, let's think about this. You know, when we get married, the person that marry is kind of like a best friend, supposed to be sworn an oath to love, to cherish, to through sickness and health, to rich and poor. We sworn that we will love each other as friendship. That's a friendship. In front of the family, in front of God, even that 50% of the marriage falling apart. Never mind about somebody that we met on the street and just develop the friendship, and we don't even have no intentional.
That's true.
Yes, I agree with that. In America, more than half of the married couple will end up in divorce.
I think it partly have to do with I went to spiritual counselor this week, and I explained why in America culture is so falling apart, because in American culture we promote the equality, we promote women up, at the same time we suppress the man to make it equality, but it's never equality. We have different character, we have different tasks, we have different gifts, and to make them the same it cannot be. In a good intention, all right, but that's not the way of God.
Now you look at Asian culture. In the past, you never heard about divorce.
Yeah, but we brought up in this country, we are more in being taught individual.
So why
There's
Asian?
no chain of command in this country. Even the teacher have no authority, and even parents have no authority, especially in California. If in California, if the children wanna have a sex change, and the parent doesn't agree, the government can take the children away and criminalize the parent.
Now let me ask you the question. Even Asian rarely divorce. Do you think every couple happy?
No,
No.
they just barely with each other, because society doesn't accept divorce, doesn't promote divorce.
So it means that culture doesn't help. It just forces them to be together, not because they love one another, not because they are good friends. So now you look at the happy couple in America. They have a choice to divorce, but they live happily. Why? What makes them happy?
John, me and Fang, we are joking around. We said, Fang asked me, said, "Are you happy?" I said, "Sometimes yes, sometimes no." She looked at me, she's laughing too. So I think, I think that's what we call couples.
Well, I think that's accept reality and work from that. We don't lie to one another. That good friends have to be. We are not perfect and we're not happy all the time, but we see the good side of each one. But you know that the real thing that I have seen here is investment in time that you spend together, work together, care for one another. And then that make it work. I don't mean that it's going to be guaranteed that you're going to make a good friend out of everyone that you try, because something doesn't work with someone. But the whole thing is about at least you try. So to make a good friend may be easier than to find a perfect spouse. You think easier? Yeah,
Of course, it's easier because we don't have to live with them.
John, how can you find a perfect spouse since you're not perfect?
Well, both are not perfect. Maybe another half is good, another half of you is good. Combine that, too good to have.
Yeah.
That's why you have 100% perfect.
For me, understand for the good relationship, talking about good relationship and a good friend. So someone have to step down and let the one who won it, so give it to them. So just, and have to know when is good or when is bad and listen each other.
I think you give us a clue. I found out that a lot of friendship, they are not the same thing. I mean that some might talk a lot, another side is quiet. Some might be very outgoing, another person might be very inside person. They need one another. It's somewhat like a couple. You need one another. But if you both are very competitive, I don't think you make a good friend.
Or how does society say opposite attract?
It might work that way. Because we need one another for some reason. For example, if you have a friend who don't care about you, don't need you, and you don't need them, why you are friend? But I know now there is a new theory coming out that because you have some similarity, that's why you attract one another. Well, I think that might be some new theory coming out. I don't know how much you agree with that.
Well, we are different, we still have some similarity. That's always true, right?
Yeah, but the new theory say that you attract to one another because you almost the same, identical. I don't know that true. If both of you very strong, I think that it's difficult for both of you to be good friends because both of you so competitive.
Or find friends that have the same value as you. Or significant other have the same value as you.
Yeah, I think Hannah offers something that a lot of good friends that last for the lifetime because they have some goal or commitment, the same thing. It's not just about two persons become friends, but they have some dream or mission or goal that both of them share and that keep them together forever. You ever think on that point? It's not just love joking around or do some or have nothing, but they have some goal, similar goal or mission or passion, similar passion.
John, I think most important of all is that person also a Christian. If that person is a Christian, you're a Christian, that you walk the same path, you read the same Bible, you believe in the same God, then your life will be easier. if the other half is not a Christian or not a, well, nobody's perfect, you know, but if that person love God, if that person have Jesus in his or her heart, then, you know, you fear God, then a lot of times that, yeah, your well, your relationship is not perfect, but you still in the, walk the right path. Because like I always tell my two boys, I said it's very important you have to find a Christian wife. If not, it's not optional. But they always tell me, no guarantee, mommy, you know, no guarantee. But I said, what did the Bible teach you, you know? So it's up to you to choose. If you choose the wrong path, then your life, there's consequences ahead of you. You know, there's a price to pay, you know? But I don't know, young people these days, it's really hard, you know. I have our son is 23 and he had nobody. He had a lot of friends, but we said, friend, you know, I said to him, are you going out with this girl? He said, no, we're just friends. You know, they always talk like that. Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, in this generation, 23 is still young. Okay, I want to let you study the life of Paul. Amongst all the apostles, Paul never close to anyone. But Paul very close to a lot of his students. Now that's interesting to see. Paul not close to Peter, James, or John, or anyone. Even they have a lot of chance to work together, but they're not close. But he very close to a lot of his disciples, a lot of his students. It's more than just a teacher. It's almost like a father and son, or teamwork. Why?
Because God give it, Ajahn.
Some people say that because they work together for a long time, they suffer together for a long time. Well, that's just part of it that we learn from Paul.
Ajahn, do you know exactly what kind of personality was Paul?
We know some about Paul. You look at how he reacts to a lot of situations. He hot-tempered, strong-minded, never compromise.
Ajahn, that's no wonder he doesn't have friends.
Doesn't sound like personality of God, though. God wants us to be humble, right? To be humble and forgiving.
Well, sometimes you have a lot of self-confidence, and that's why cause a lot of problems.
Right.
Yeah, Ajahn, that's what I feel too. I feel like Paul is just like a goal-driven person. You know, sometimes he's just like has really strong personality. Sometimes it's hard to work with, but then whatever he has, he can give down to people that people can take it easily and learn a lot from him.
Now go to another question. Is that God intend for him to be that way?
I think so, Ajahn. Because in order for him to do what he need to do, he have to have that kind of quality.
Mm.
He have that kind of strength,
Mm.
that kind of quality. Personality is usually is
Mm.
high achiever but lonely.
Yeah, they say on the top is very lonely. But you know that we want to train you in a different way. We want you to have a teamwork. We want you to work as a team instead of by yourself. But you know that in order to work as a team or have teamwork, you need to change some of your personality, your thinking. I don't know, in your team, small group, you learn something about one another.
We just started, John. Longer than that, right?
You know that one of our goals for your small group is for you to build friendship, relationship.
Yes.
How can we build friendship when we are work apart?
Well, this is the first step.
Oh,
This is the long distance friendship.
That's good. So
Mm.
I just want to get to know everybody, you know, and be there for a little while, so we get to know each other better.
You know that in the past, when I start teaching 30, 40 years ago, all of you have to come to see me once a week for 5 years. 1 day a week for 5 years. But now you're on Zoom.
1 day a week, 8 hours a day, John.
Yeah, in the past. That's the training.
That what I heard my pastor say. He asked me how often you have to go see Ajahn Sawang. I say I don't know, maybe a couple months.
So this is something new. I don't know how it works, but since COVID, we have to develop new kind of friendship, relationship. How you feel that it can replace the real thing?
It wasn't replace the real thing, John. And then, like I said, through Zoom, we make some friends, yeah. Because of the COVID and because of our Monday night group, we make a lot of friends, at least, right? Get to
Yes.
know Nathan and Farm to school, to class, and get to know a lot of people, the new face on and all the stuff. We make a new friend.
Now we try to meet once a year. Oh, by the way, you know that we're going to meet on May the 4th.
Yeah, Chris, you have to fry, okay? And cow.
okay. We'll make it happen.
For sure.
Pray for me
Don't-
a lot.
Not just say it. You got to make it.
Pray for me a lot that I have God will bless me to have somebody to substitute me over here.
Maybe
That's what
I drive a big
I've been
truck over
asking
there.
God.
I guarantee, Chris, you might make it, and guarantee cow too. Yeah, we'll see you.
Sorry.
I said we will see you, so I hope. I guarantee you will make it. God will
Okay.
bring you come on May 4th.
God will provide, right?
Yeah.
And a question, does Thai have a student ID yet?
Who?
Da?
No, not yet, because he not even submit application yet.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Yes. I say no already.
Okay, you send me a copy. Tonight I will submit for him.
Yes, if he sign it tonight, if
No, don't worry about signature.
Okay.
We need to fill everything up online, and they will start the process.
Okay, good.
Mm.
So Pa, you need to come then.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Stay home.
Yeah, this is for you to be officially student of the Gateway Seminary.
Gateway Seminary. Wow.
Yeah. Well, if you want diploma from them, you need to go through the process. If you don't want, you
What's
can
the diploma used for, Ajahn?
well, recognition that you have a real training from the school that accredit, accept by the whole world, you have the real training. Because you need to be student, you need to pay the money, you need to do homework, you need to pass the test, everything. It's different from go to church. You sleep, you eat, you listen, and you don't care. But in seminary, you need to pass the requirement, everything. It's like a training center. So this is a real discipline. So Chris, you want to go through that process?
Well, if you think it's useful, I don't
think
know what
it's
I don't know
worth
what
it.
I cannot foresee myself to be a pastor or anything like that. But who knows what God
Yeah, who knows?
have
God
in
will
store
call
for us.
you. You can do a lot of things. You can teach Bible, you can be Sunday school teacher, you can help people.
But that doesn't require the certificate though.
But people know that you have a real training. You qualify. Like last time I teach in the male leader group, a guy asked me the question, I call a trick question, that do we have to have training from seminary to preach, to teach? I say it depends. If you want to work with the organization that have this thing, you need to have it. But if you to open your own house, invite people to come, you can do whatever you want. So he said that now I can do anything I want. I say, well, it depends on situation.
Well, I think is that if we can invest the time and effort to do it, why not getting it?
Yeah, get the real. You sit in class anyway.
Right. I don't think it's that much more.
Yeah, you just do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, I will send you the application.
I think it's worth it.
It's worth it. Most of your friends, all of your friends who sit here went through the process too.
Welcome, Chris. Welcome.
Need to pray for me. I need God strength and courage.
Well, you're the step 1 foot in.
One foot in, why don't you step another foot in, Chris?
Chris, you talk a lot. You have a lot of questions. This is the right place for you.
Hopefully it's a good question. Not annoying question.
There's no such dumb questions.
I think it's a good idea to go through with all of it, because we always invest the time at it, and then why not go all the way?
Sai, can you help Chris to do it tonight? You have all the form. You have all the form already. You can help Chris do it. Oh, we did not hear Kong Sai.
Mute yourself.
อาจารย์ก็ใช้ unmute
Okay, yeah.
Okay, good. Help Chris fill the form tonight and send to me.
Okay. Just don't close the Zoom yet because I gotta do pass first and pass. So I send half of them, Ajahn, but I send the other half. You have a messenger?
What?
Do you have a messenger? I send you a messenger, or should I send us an email?
Anything that I can see the information.
Okay. Do you have a messenger?
Yeah, I have Messenger.
Okay, good. So I send us a messenger.
So Helling fill the form tonight so we can start the process for him.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back to the note to finish it. So the question is, how do relationship matter? So it just means that, do you care enough that you should have good relationship with your friend, with your teamwork, or with your spouse? It can work in everyone. It just means that you care enough or not. Somebody say, well, if it works, good. If it doesn't work, I don't care. If you don't care, it means that nothing going to work. It's going to work if you care. So now, how much should you care about your relationship that you have with your teamwork, with your co-worker, with your spouse, or anyone you want to build relationship? We all need friends. But somebody say that now I don't have time for friends. I need to work hard. Well, to work is, you can work your whole life. But sometimes friendship, you cannot wait. Because this is a long-term investment. And we say that if you happen to have some good friend, and you have to choose between them and your career, what will you choose? But the fact is no. You have to build on it. And you have to do your best to keep your friendship, relationship. Now they want us something that can destroy your friendship or relationship. A foundation that can support your friendship and can destroy it. We call the pillar. Pillar is like the building. You have the strong high building, have a lot of, they call pillar or foundation that support the building to keep stand in earthquake, in hard time, everything. So think about something that you need to check all the time. The first pillar or the first thing that support your friendship or relationship is communication. And this is one of the main things that we ignore. Talking. Let your friend, let your team know what you're thinking or what's going on. Don't assume that they know. They don't know. And don't let them guess. Just tell them, talk to them, communicate with one another all the time so we know what's going on. Don't let people guess, because a lot of time when they guess wrong. Communication, always make it open and easy. They can talk with you all the time. You can talk with them all the time. You feel comfortable telling the truth. Vulnerability is the same thing that I say that open up. You can get hurt. And people can hurt your feeling, it's okay as long as they love you. And if they tell you the truth, you feel hurt sometimes, it's okay. Better than You don't know the truth. So sometimes you need to feel sorry, you feel hurt or feel something, but this is part of friendship. Don't say that my friend hurt me, so I don't want them anymore. But as the Bible says that iron sharpen iron. Friend help one another. So don't get hurt when your friend talk to you, because they love you. So it gets some pain, gets some hurt, it's okay. They're not going to kill you. They try to help you because they love you. And the third pillar is freedom. Mean that you need to feel free to be yourself. And your friend need to feel free to be themselves, to keep your friendship. If they need to pretend to be someone or do something to satisfy you, your friendship not going to last. If they cannot be themselves. So the third pillar is you need to be free to act at yourself. Say what you feel and share what you think. If you cannot do that, your friendship not going to last. Agape love. This is the fourth pillar. Love without condition. You love your friend enough, you love your teamwork enough, without doubt. That will keep your friendship forever. Now they talk about some pitfall, mean that something that you have to be careful because it can destroy your friendship or relationship. And we overlook them all the time. The first one we call manipulation, mean that you or your friend try to make another side do something to please you, or make them do something that they don't want to do. And this is going to destroy your friendship. They need to do what they want to do, and they feel they decide to do it because they want, not because you try to make them do something that they're not happy, they not want to do. And you don't do that to your team, your friend. And the second thing that we have to be careful of is expectation. Somebody say that, can I expect something from my friend or friendship or my loved one? Well, you're going to disappoint it. Sometimes you expect especially for friends. So they tell that sometimes don't expect too much. Should you expect anything from your friend? Well, they say a lot of times just let it be a surprise. When you don't expect and you get it, it's better than you expect and don't get it. Pitfall number 3, jealousy. It happens sometimes. You should be happy with your friend and when they are successful or they have some good thing. If you are a good friend, you're happy with them. You're not jealous on them. Jealousy destroys friendship. I don't know you ever feel that way, jealous of your friend. Don't let that happen to your friendship. You're supposed to be happy with them because they are your good friend. Gossip, this destroy everyone, everything. Don't start it and don't get involved. If you have good communication, you don't need gossip. You don't need to say something at your friend back. Speak to them directly. Don't start it and don't get involved. So number 4. And we come to the greatest command of God is to love. Love your friend, love your neighbor. And here at the end of this article, we talk about spiritual law to have a good cross communication with your loved one And when we talk about spiritual, it means that we base everything on the teaching of the Bible, on the words of God. It's not just the technique. It's not just the way to make friends or to keep friendship, but this is the way of God. We use the Bible as our guide to build friendship and to keep it. And this is something that they want to share with us. I'll look beyond the armor. What that means? A lot of time we protect ourselves, we put anything around us, and we don't let people hurt us. So it's not our real self. It's just something we show off. And a lot of time we need to get deeper. And we need to let people see us inside, our real self. But a lot of time we put on everything to protect us. And we don't show our real self because we don't want to get hurt. But in order to have good friendship and trustful one, we need to open up. Even sometimes we get hurt. We are more than you think. So what that mean? A lot of time we don't show ourselves. And in fact, we have a lot of quality that people don't see. And even sometimes we don't see ourselves. But they want to let us know that we have a lot more to share, to give, to contribute to our friendship, to our relationship too. So don't look down on yourself. Number 3, forgive. This it means forgive yourself, forgive your friend and your team. We all make mistakes all the time. And don't keep that in your heart that your friend make mistake or your friend hurt you. But try to forgive because we all make mistakes from time to time. And friendship will build on forgiveness. Number 4, humility, humble to one another. Don't put yourself on top of your friendship or relationship. We are in the same level. But if you humble yourself down, it's even better in your friendship. Stick to the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it's still the best thing to do. You need to build on the truth and trust that your friend will sincere to you and you're going to be sincere to them, even it hurts sometimes. Soft reply means that don't get angry with your friend. Sometimes he might make you angry or your team might do something that make you angry, but think about that before you get angry. It worth it? This is going to destroy your friendship. The old Lao saying always say that bite your tongue. I borrowed it from the old Lao lady. She said that she had peace with her husband for 50 years because she bite her tongue. Mean that she won't say what she feel. And that keep peace and that make the family last forever. Sometimes we need to do that. Just not mean that don't judge your friend. Right or wrong is not your business. It's not your job to judge your friend or team. Let things happen. Somebody going to do that job, but it's not you. Don't judge your friend. Empathy and compassion, and this go a long way. Your friend need that from time to time, and your team need it because people get down, people get hurt, people have problems all the time, and they know that you feel their pain, you care about their problem, and that helps a lot to keep your friendship. self. You know that the person who is so selfish have no friend. Even themselves cannot love themselves. So in order to have friends, we have to learn how to be selflessness, mean that don't just think about yourself. Assume decency. It means that think on the good side all the time, because a lot of situations we always assume bad thing. But they say that try to assume the good side, the good thing most of the time, because that will keep your friendship, relationship good. Don't assume bad thing all the time, but assume good thing, good side. Pray for your enemy, and this is we borrow from what Jesus teaches. Your friend is not your enemy, but you still have to pray even for your enemy. How about your friend? Care for them, love them. And love, it comes back again and again. Love, love, love. Agape love. Acceptance mean that whatever is your friend, your team, the good, the bad, the mistake, we still friends. It's like you say that this is my family. I will accept it, whatever. This is my family. And that will keep it forever. Reciprocity means that whatever you want someone to do to you, do it to them too. You get what you invest. You get what you sow. So this is the real thing. You want your friend to love you, love them. You want them to help you, help them. What you invest, you get back. And that is real. And this is some advice for you, for us, to think all the time about our friendship, our relationship. Well, I want you to go back and think about it, and some will help us to improve our friendship and relationship. You might not need to do every single thing, but some of them might very helpful for your situation that you have been overlooked for so long. I might say that we take it for granted. Like your family, your friend, you take it for granted. Mean that you expect them to be good to you, be nice to you, to help you, to love you, to care for you, but you don't do anything to give back. It's almost like our children expect everything from us.
Had that happen to me, Ajahn. But I still love them, still care for them, still, not mad. God just said I cannot mad at nobody.
Well, can you do that to your friend?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. even the make up lies and all that stuff, but you still want to help them.
You know that all the great pastors have to do this because the member buy them every week. You still have to love them.
You put you hang the forgiveness on your neck all the time.
I used to tell you that our pastor need to have a thick skin because you got bite every week. Got beaten every week.
Yeah. You do our best to help them, but they turn back and bite you. Bite you. It's like you grab the snake by the tail. Swing back and bite you, but you still want to care for that snake.
Well, it's just your children, you love them. And when God call you to serve him, it means that you need to be ready to love them. But my advice for you for this chapter is you cannot do things alone. Yes, you depend on God, but you still need friends. You need a team to support you, to pray with you, and to encourage you. So at least friend in your class, in your group study, can build up to be good friend, lifetime friendship. You know, now I search for my old friend. Back in Thailand and here, because I worked for so many years and I lost trust with a lot of old friends. And I found out that some of my old friends in Thailand already went back to be with God. So don't wait too long because you might have no chance.
Even your friend don't want to work alongside you.
Now you see that I don't keep in touch with old friends for many years. So I feel sorry that I should invest time with old friends more. Like friends that I have in seminary 40-something years ago. I lost touch of them. You know that when we went back to Thailand, my wife had reunion with her elementary school friend. I say, how can you keep that relationship that long? I lost all my seminary friend, my college friend, but she still have reunion with her elementary school. And I went with her, 40 old come to the reunion from everywhere, all over the world. Unbelievable. After 60 years, they still keep in touch. So I'm learning something from her. So the secret is they keep in touch all the time. Invest time with friends. I know men always have good excuse and men always don't do it.
The Bible said that man lead and forget everybody else and be with your wife.
One man told me that I talk with my wife until I have no words left to talk with anyone.
Say that again.
You see, men have 1,000 words a day. Women have 4,000 words a day.
Oh.
Chris, send you forward you the application. Did you see it? And because I don't have more about your information, so I cannot fill form for you. So can you?
You talk to me?
Yes, the application.
Okay,
I already forward
what you need? What you need? Text it to me. Text it to me.
Okay. Do I have your phone number? Give me your phone number.
901.
1 second. 901.
598. 7880.
7880. Okay.
Yes.
What
now
is
you're my
your
friend
address?
now. You're gonna have to learn to forgive me now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need you to text me your address, your marriage status, your pastor, your everything.
Okay, my DNA, my bank account.
Yeah, all that.
We don't need that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. So now I got your number. I phone numbers. I can call you or text you, and you can send me. Or John, if you don't know how to fill that yourself, so you can open up the application and look at it. Okay, I'll just send you through email.
Okay, email the application to me.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
If you can fill out tonight and take your phone photo, take of it and send it to Ajahn. You have Ajahn contact, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Okay, good. Do it tonight. And for
I'll send you already, Ajahn, for Pa.
for Pa, you already send me.
Yeah, for messenger, you can check your messenger. If you don't receive it, let me know.
Let me check.
Man, technology nowadays so so easy and convenient, huh?
Ajahn, we'll just send our over to you right now.
What did you say?
Oh,
We just submit our registration form and Venmo money to you right now, just about 3 minutes ago.
all right.
Oh, okay. Gongsai, I got your messenger now.
Okay, good.
Okay, Nathan, I got your information now. Okay, because we have to submit everything to seminary this week, so that's why I have to get all the information.
I sent a copy the wrong one, so he filled out, he gave it to me. I said, have to mail it to you, but now you said take a photo and send it easier.
Okay. Okay, before we go for tonight, I just want to share that Kat say that if you have friends in another country want to study with us, talk with them. They have option to study in Thai-Lao or in English with us. In Thai-Lao, they have to study by themselves because we don't offer in Thai now. We have textbook in Thai in Laos, and we have some tape, but it's the old format.
So John, is that they already transferred to the city or no? Just only the VCD.
It's still in VSF because
VSF?
May did that one time, but she told us that her computer got virus, so she lost everything. So
Okay.
it's still in VSF.
Okay.
And I don't know who's going to convert it into new format. It's going to take a long time. So that is a project that we never done again. Okay, next week we have a break because as I told you, I go to preach in Brian Church for a week to visit them and preach over there for a few times. So next week we don't have class, and you can read all the note or the textbook and do homework, but you still meet in your study group study. Okay, any question?
What is